I believe I am live. Ooh, a little bit of rough start to the voice there. Good morning, everyone, and happy Canada Day. It is July 1st, Canada Day here in Canada. How's everybody doing? You join me in middle of mess, like usual. Some things don't change, like war. War never changes. A little bit of fallout for you there. I hope everyone is doing good on this Canada Day. Something's, oh, that's what's different. Morning, Gerald. Happy Canada Day to you too. I was like, what's different? My lights aren't on. Today, we are celebrating being Canadian. I have my maple creamer, but that's a usual thing. Kind of running out of space here. Hopefully everyone is good. It's going to be a hot one here today. I think 27 plus the Humidex. Actually, I have to check. The weather has been changing a lot. Let me check. What's the weather going to be like? Right now it is 22. 22 feels like 25. Today it'll be 28, and I don't know how high what the feels like. 90% humidity, so it's gonna be hot. A little bit of rain expected, but yeah, mostly hot. Here in Ottawa, nation's capital, I only remember a handful. 22 there too, there we go. I only remember a handful of Canada days where it has not rained. Like 2 maybe. Maybe 3. Rains every single year pretty much. By the way, I used to work at a grocery store downtown. And for those of you that don't know Ottawa or Canada or whatever, on Canada Day, downtown is kind of inaccessible by car. There are tons of people that come here to celebrate on and near Parliament Hill. So I worked at a grocery store very, very close to Parliament Hill. And every year, pretty much, Tom Green would stop by, do something ridiculous, buy something and leave. So yeah, Tom Green is he was more relevant back then, I have to say, but he's a Canadian comedian. Just think Jackass, but less so because it was before Jackass. And yeah, he featured in an Eminem song, right? He said something, but Tom Green can fuck a dead moose or something like that. Pardon my French there, folks. Let's see if we can get these two separated. How's it going, Mr. JB? Happy Canada Day to you. That's going to end up with me hurting myself, isn't it? Let's see. I don't think I have another pair of pliers handy. This past the winter outside, so I think the odds of recovery are pretty low. I was going Frint. Did you guys like the thumbnail I made? I used all of my engineering brain, my prompt engineering brain. I love that debate where prompt artists are real artists or whatever. Okay, move this. This is for my new CRV, a trailer light controller. This is a cool piece of tech by itself. They could have at least put this, they put a zip tie here. They could have at least put this wire inside before they zip tied it. All right, this will go somewhere else. Oh, and I've been trying to print parts for a DIY NAS, for my DIY NAS. It hasn't been going well. See that? And this post failed. This one is like chunked apart. Guys, I am like close to caving and just buying a Bamboo Labs. I feel like I can't get anything working right. This is the Elegoo Neptune 4 Max. And so there goes, well, let's see, about 250 grams of PLA plus. I don't know. I don't know what's the deal. I feel like I should just buy a Bamboo Labs, a P1S. They're not even, well, they're expensive, but they're not that expensive for the amount of stuff I do with it. I'm getting a little tired of prints failing and stuff, but although, I don't know, does Bamboo has, yeah, they don't really fail prints, huh? Thing is, I have like, my Voron is pretty damn reliable, but I need to tune it for dimensional accuracy. But like every other printer I have is a piece of garbage, pretty much. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Almost through the debris here this morning. I got a notification that my charger, like PD trigger boards are almost in. They've cleared customs. But no mail today, because Canada Day. I also had to go digging through my old school mailbag pile, and I found that I had ordered these. Look at that. That would have been useful a while ago, right? These are like film capacitors. That's weird. Is it like this? 2. Hang on a sec. 2A221. Yeah, it goes like that. So it was upside down, kinda. Some big boys here. 470 nanofarads. I don't know the voltage rating though. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of film caps. Let's see. You know what we can do? We can go through my mailbag pile so I can repurpose my the box that I keep my mailbag stuff in. Let's do that. It's an easy opening gambit for today. I have a huge box of this stuff. I haven't even opened yet. You like my workbench for electronic hobbies? Well, thank you. What the hell did I order here? Anyways, 6156. Gonna generate lots of trash, but that's okay. Micro USB. 4 of them. Knife. Where's my knife? Here's a knife. Not the knife I was looking for. Oh, these are cheap yellow displays. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna regret this because now I need to find another storage box for all these things. So yeah, these are of Brian Locke fame, the cheap yellow displays. So it has a ESP W Room 32 built in. So that's cool. I bought a bunch of these. So it was 61 bucks, but I have 4 here, it seems. I think this was in there, right? Okay, now I'm going to keep a list of things to add to my, if I have to go back to my video ideas thing all the time. Cheap yellow displays. So you have to add all these onto my list after. All right. So 2, 3, and 4. I have to pop all these, all this packing stuff. There we go. Okay. So yeah, 61 bucks for 4. So it was like 15 bucks each. Some of this stuff will be non-electronics, by the way. So here, $5.23. Oh. So these are, I'll do that after. So these are USB, or not USB, SD card, or the small ones, micro SD card extenders. So if you have a product that uses a micro SD card, but is awkward to get to, you put this in, and then you put your card into here. And I can give you the perfect example because that's what I bought it for. So these things. This is a microscope, my Nlov one. The Dawnstar one is way better, by the way, but it's way more expensive. But if you look, like, this is very awkward. You need like something to poke at it. Like that, and then you can pull it out. You see how awkward it is? I have a feeling this is not going to be much better. I need it even longer than that. Come on. This is not done for video. This, I just like literally can't get it out. Okay, this is nuts. You can see my point. It's just very difficult. Oh, you piece of crap. Get back on there. Need one for your microscope too. There we go. Okay. So what you do is you hook it up like this. My God, this is problematic. So you hook it up like that. Then it goes this way. There we go. So now, so I would put a little bit of blue tack on the bottom there. But now you can pull out the SD card a little bit easier. There we go. It would help if I had nails. But yeah, this is actually better. You can get them in different lengths, so I probably would want one that goes up to the edge. But there we go. So that's these little things. Very useful. I need one for my Dawnstar. This one here as well. There you go. Get you centered again. Put this back over here. Okay. You can also get them with a ribbon cable. I did that with my 3D printer, where it comes out of the 3D printer and like attaches to the frame, so you don't have to go all the way to the side of the control box. $38.86 on this one. I sure hope I removed my details from all of them. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate because I had some sitting. I have some sitting in my mailbox queue, but I bought some new ones. Wait. Nope, these are different. Nope, I did buy some new ones. Well, that's a shame. Oh well. So these are like NeoPixel styles. Wait, these are not NeoPixel. What is DO and BO? "12-volt ground, DO and BO." Digital in, and what's the B? Ground, digital. What's the B? What did I buy? These are just generic bags. What in tarnation? B is backup data. So what are these? WS? They're not WS2812. I mean, I probably wrote it down in my mailbag sheet. What number package was this? 53. WS2815. So these are WS2815. Probably had an idea for them, which is long gone. Where is my paint pen? So let's check out what WS2815 is. I think they're faster. They might have some persistence of vision stuff associated with them. Let's see. Open this. Oops. Okay, so they upgraded. 12 volts. Dual signal backup. Okay. Works with WLED. That's good, because I think WLED is pretty much the de facto standard. Oh, you guys probably can't see that. Thinking of poor Franco when he watches this, not be able to make out the text. You need a pretty high current power supply. Okay. Okay, well that's good. All right, so we'll add that to the queue. I feel like I can knock out a video 12 volts. So per 3 addressable. No, they're per 1. Look, the IC is directly on there. You can see the black, and you see the cut marks anyways. So it's per 1. See the black piece of pepper on the chip. Does it have heatsink? No. Well, sorta. They run continuous copper on the back. Can't really see it there, but they use copper. No, the description showed a different one. Let me see. Here. WS2815, dual signal, individually addressable, 1 LED per IC, this one here. And then the WS2812B, 1 LED per IC, but that's not dual signal. And then WS2811 has 3 LEDs per IC. So that's not what we have. Get in there. It's interesting. I've had this sitting here. My I stopped making mailbag videos a while ago. They work for Pile of Stuff, but not really for my channel. Viewership was dropping. You know, I might get back to it at some point, but anyways, long story short, no mailbag videos. This one is $6.18. Probably if I did mailbag videos, I would make an extra $10 a year or so. There's actually a kill switch for a 2-stroke. The kill switches in my old outboards are all garbage, so I need to replace them. So I bought some of these. So I'll probably end up doing that. My outboards, they need to be repaired, tested, and sold. I need to reduce my hoard a little bit. They are kind of in the way. Everyone doing mailbag videos, yeah. I mean, it's so easy content because like I'm ordering this shit anyways, right? And then you make that, and then you make dedicated videos afterwards. After you gauge the interest. Ugh. Okay, this one is open. Oh, I know why. So $21.91. This is for my trailer tester. No, wait. I didn't open this. I did open this. Oh, no. Okay, I needed ring terminals. Got it. So I did dip into this. So a whole bunch of ring terminals. I need to put these in a box and organize them. Wasn't I looking for ring terminals the other day? I probably was. So we got M5, M6, M4, M5. Did I get 200 of each? Uh-oh. M3, M3. Why have I done this? M4 and M6. What have I done? Sometimes. So I got 200 of each. Well, now. That's a lot of stuff. I better get to using them. Oh, this one does not have my information removed. Why have I done that? How irresponsible. Hang on a sec, let me just use my hot air gun. Ooh, it's making smoke. Is that beyond recognition? There we go. So what 400-degree air will give you. It's a little bit, whatever. I'll wait for the air to stop. Still 70 degrees to go. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. And off. There we go. Decent compartmentalized storage boxes. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll tell you, I did buy, where have they gone? I like this size. Oop. I'm going to build myself a storage unit, basically like a cabinet for them. But I have a bunch of these sizes. They went up in price quite a bit, so they're $275 now, and I think they were get off of there. So everything went up because of tariffs, right? Not directly because of tariffs, but because private companies do what private companies do, and they're opportunistic. Does that say $3 underneath? Did they drop the prices? Yeah, they did drop the prices. That's funny. Originally it was $3. Anyways, so yeah, I've got a bunch of these. So my plan is to build a shelving unit because I'm going to be able to 3D print it. Although it's much more efficient to use like wood or something. My woodworking skills are not as good as my 3D printing skills. So yeah, the goal is I'm going to have them slide in like this, and then they'll be labeled on these sides here, and then they'll slide in and out. Just need to be able to grab them somehow. This I usually cut off, and so they're gone off most of my boxes. But yeah, that's the goal. It's going to be to have these slid in. So I bought 5 more of these. What's funny is that these are their business expense, right? They're to store my business stuff. However, I never keep the receipts. I only do good when I order on Amazon because they keep my receipts for me. Anyways, oh, here. $67.91. I do know what this is. You'll see this is when I was more ambitious, now more realistic. So this is effectively a knockoff Raspberry Pi. And so it is far cheaper than a Raspberry Pi. You'll think $67 is kind of expensive for a fake Raspberry Pi, right? So here it is, Rockchip RK3328. However, it's not meant to be a Pi. It's meant to run Octoprint or Clipper. And so this one is expensive because I bought the version with an LCD. So there's a nice LCD made by MakerBase. This is to convert my non-Clipper printers to Clipper, essentially. But at this point, I'm like pretty frustrated with my 3D printers. So I kind of want to chuck them into the street. I really don't want to deal with this, but whatever. Maybe at some point I'll do a long project revitalizing the Tronxy X5 SA. I just feel like printers have accelerated since Bambu Labs, and I'm being left behind in the dust, which is fine, but frustrating. So yeah, fake Pi. And what's great about them, because they're fake Pis, you can do retro emulation with them. You can do whatever you want. 603 on this one. Number 21. Just dictate the order that they came in. Oh look, another kill switch. Right? I do have more than one motor. So I did order a couple of these. Plus, sometimes they go missing in the mail. And then I'm like, well, I still need it. So there we go. Like I said, not everything is going to be electronics. I'm just clearing my queue completely. That one's open, so that's trash. This one is opened. See, I kind of... Oh, wait. MKS Pi. This one's opened because this is for my trailer tester. Yeah, I understand putting out plastic into the world is kind of shit, but at the same time, you are not even going to make a dent in the global plastic problem. So this is a 24 volt in to 12 volt 20 amp out. So these are nice 240 watt converters. So essentially these are for, I run them off a drill battery to convert to 12 volts. And the reason I got 240 watts is so that it doesn't need a lot of cooling. I probably only need a couple watts, but if you oversize your driver, you run lower risk of overheating. So that is that. DC-DC converter. There we go. We're almost out of packages. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. And then I can reuse my storage bag. 608. I feel like this is going to be another stop switch. Why did I leave these in the mailbag queue? That's the question. Oh yeah, this is $13. This has been in the mailbag queue forever. These were from the tool haul videos. The reason why they stayed in the mailbag queue is because I ordered one, or a set. They went missing. I got my money back. I ordered another set, and then the original one showed up. So essentially, it's just been sitting here, but I don't know what to do with them. So they're sitting here. These are for installing rivet nuts. I had bought a rivet nut installer. It's just basically a thing you crimp a rivet nut on. And it didn't come with M3 or M4 adapters. So I ordered them and they went missing. So I ordered them again. And yeah, so now I have extras of these. I don't even know anybody who would need them, but there you go. I'll probably bring them to my boss because he's got a rivet nut installer. So yeah, that's literally probably been in the mailbag queue for like 3 years. Here, $21.79. We're clearing out the mailbag queue today. IFJF. Oh, this is not electronics either. This inline filter for my Volvo that had a transmission shit the bed. I got rid of that Volvo. I have to get rid of the other Volvo now. Hey Gerald, you want to buy a Volvo? V50 manual? Give it to you for a good price. Because you're in Ontario, so you're not that far. All right, last item. Did I open this? I did open this. Why did I order a whole bunch of tiny little switches? I don't know. You got your old beater. You can have a new old beater. Just a little tactile switch. I had an idea for these, and I have no idea what my idea was. But alas, here they are. Little switches. Done. Mailbag queue is completely through. Do we do a project? We should do a project that I can make into a video. Oh, I had a good stretch. What do we do, folks? So, the things that I'm really interested in right now, I'm waiting for stuff to come in. Oh, something else came in. Might do a video on this. Watch this. Have you ever seen... Ew! A Dodge. No offense. Have you ever seen this? What is this? Does anybody know what this is? Hang on. Let me open it. Does anybody know what this is? I have AC, Johnny. What is this? Any guesses? And I'm not doing anything until you people guess. That's right. I said you people. Take a wild guess. I do like this camera. Look at this. Zoom in. Enhance. USB thing. USB Type-C. Okay, watch this. Let me flip it over. It is a lithium battery charging PCB on the back of a USB connector. Isn't that the coolest thing? It does lithium charging. Right, like I'm not, like, this is it's the size of a USB connector. The only problematic part that I find about it is that there's no mounting options. But if I turn this on, here it is. There's little LEDs and there's little tiny pads. I saw this while browsing AliExpress. I was like, I must have it. So I'm going to make a video on this. We can do a video today on this. This is not going to be complicated to film. I have my macro lens that I use for thumbnails, and we can set up the camera to get in really close. You guys won't be able to see it because I don't have a good way to like capture video from my camera. But yeah, this, so the only thing I wish it had was protection. It doesn't have cell protection, so you still need a protection IC, but it does do charging. But like, how do you mount this? It has no mounting, so it's really meant for like gluing to a cell or something. That's really cool. I find that really cool. Anyways, I'm going to, where's my mouse? There. I'm just going to go get some coffee. I have a sign somewhere. It says "Be right back, coffee." It might be here. Oh yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Just making coffee. 3 minutes. All right, I am back. Give you guys the close-up on the stir. Oh, yeah. I have only a few joys in life. Coffee is one of them. It's like a warm hug. Let's see if I have some lithium cells that I can use on this video. Oh. Scrub the dust off my lithium storage. Whoop. These are all. Ooh, it's one's a little puffy. Man, I have a bunch of batteries here. Probably should add this one to it. Okay, not this one. This one. Oh, this is going to cause an avalanche. Oh. Oh. That's another shitty one. This is going to be scary. I mean, this cell would be nice. These are protected cells, I believe. They're pretty shit, though. Let me see. Old school file box, yeah. Picked these up at the Goodwills to store lithium batteries in, essentially. Nice thick metal. Volts. Oh yeah, they're definitely, look, there's the PCB. I don't know if they're going to be any good. Oh, look at that. These have been sitting here for years. So I guess the idea is that you would have this like here. And that would be like if you had size restraints, because you can't fit a different cell configuration into here. So this, I have these as well. These are not protected, but they are like airplane, for like a little foam airplane. These guys too, same thing. Let's see what else I got here. This is from an old phone. Yeah, these stick batteries from old foam airplanes. I think they're a good candidate. I don't think they're protected though. Because like these are not protected. So it's just these really I have. These Miko ones, which suck ass. Look at that. I tested at 962 and 1332. And they were supposed to be 4,000 milliamp hours. Load of BS. 8, you mean 18650s? What's this? I don't know what I bought this. This was probably back when eBay was incredibly cheap. Still has 7 volts on it. This is still like fully charged. So LPE10. Let me just see where this is from. LP-E10 cell. Don't worry, even though I teach math, I'm a horrible mather. LP-E10 battery. For Canon. Is this gonna try to dox me? Hang on. Can I just go there? Jesus. This is like a question for AI. What camera is an LP-E10 battery used in? There we go. Like Canon Rebels. Is a standard key where you used to work. Oh, interesting. All right, so old Canon Rebels. That's interesting, huh? So I guess I could do it with, like, this cell is not protected. This is from a flashlight. Probably going to short this. Look at that, it still has 4 volts. So that means if I short these two, it'll turn on. Nope, these two. Should be these two. Nope, doesn't turn the LED on. Oh, there's a resistor missing. Okay, I short these two. I short these two. There we go. LED on. It's kind of dangerous sitting like this, if you think about it. Because essentially, if you short across this way, oops, short across this way. But this is the great example of a tiny little cell. Oh, I just tore apart the lithium cell. Well, that's not good. Plus, it's a little bananaed. Maybe I should deal with this. Maybe I should discharge it. Here's the 1K. Let's, this is metal. Let's try not to have a lithium fire on a day where the firefighters are probably going to be busy with people blowing their hands off with fireworks. By the way, that's the worst part, in my opinion, of Canada Day, idiots with fireworks. Sure. So let's just essentially slowly discharge this cell to oblivion. How am I supposed to solder with that? Great. Great thinking, Dan. You are brilliant in every single way. Not. Now what? I also didn't put all these cells back in. Okay. Need to figure this out. Be logical here. Oh yeah, same thing here. The problem is, for us, is we are near a park. And people think it's too dangerous to set off fireworks near their own house. So they go to the park across from my house. I always worry they're going to start a fire. And then guess whose house gets destroyed? Not theirs. I believe I've done this wrong. Now I have to wait till it cools a little bit. So yeah, essentially, that's the deal. People light fireworks. Yesterday we took a walk around the neighborhood, and people were lighting fireworks in broad daylight, so they just wanted to hear the bang. I feel bad for everyone that has a reactive dog or something. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Franco? Chunks of ordnance landing in our parking lot. Great. Yeah, that's kind of what happens here. And the problem is you can't complain because fireworks are essentially banned when it's not Canada Day, Labor Day, Victoria Day. There's like four holidays where fireworks are not banned. However, I say that people still fire off fireworks. It's just they'll fire like 10 and then they'll just leave the area. So by the time someone complains, they're not they won't be there anymore. I don't mind fireworks on Canada Day. Like I would never petition to stop them. But the fireworks on non-Canada Day, where I'm not prepared to get scared crapless by a random explosion next door, those I can do without. So I have no needle nose pliers here. And so I think the only way to get this off is to put this back together. Your cat loved fireworks. Sort of a weirdo cat that you have, although I think most cats are pretty proudly weirdos. Someone tightened this too much. There's only one person in the house that uses it, and if I blame him, then I have to take all the blame, you know? Whoop. Sit in the window watching them. Interesting. I'm glad your cat was an indoor cat. All of my neighbors have cats. Some multiple. And they're all outdoor cats, so they just murder the birds, so I don't feed the birds anymore. Because the cats just sit there and wait for the birds to make a mistake and then murder them. And then leave the corpses. I cannot stand outdoor cats. It's like, if you don't like your cat, don't have a cat. The neighbors already lost a cat to either a coyote or something. And it's just like they're not bothered. They just went and they got another cat and leave it out to do the same thing. And my wife and I, we think we might have heard the cat getting ripped to shreds because the coyotes were celebrating a kill in the woods not too far from the house. And like there was definitely an animal under distress, which could have been a cat. I don't know. Could have been a raccoon too. So yeah, I don't think it's very nice to have an outdoor cat. Not in Ottawa. Lots of wildlife here. Not a fan of outdoor cats. Right now I'm just discharging a lithium cell that I believe I punctured while trying to take the tape off. So I believe this is a 1K resistor. So we're just going to discharge this safely. And then we can move on to I have a lithium charger to make a video on. There we go. So that will discharge slowly. It's a 1K ohm resistor. If we check, there should be a voltage drop across it. Yep. It's going to discharge slowly. And I'll probably put this outside a little bit later on in my barbecue. I actually have to throw out my barbecue, so it doesn't really work anymore. So it's a good opportunity. There we go. And here, Franco, here's the lithium charger. It is absolutely tiny. All right, let's put away all the other lithium that I took out. I don't think these are protected. No, that doesn't look like, no PCB there. How's it going, James? Yeah, no PCB there. But these are definitely protected because that's a PCB there. Happy Canada Day, everyone, by the way. It is Canada Day here. So this is no longer attached to lithium, so I can go over there. Oh my God. Getting old, folks. Getting old. Maybe I should let the iron cool, because I'm going to need to solder wires to this. There's a little bit of, there's markings for the positive and negative. Quite quaint, absolutely tiny. I've put the wrong tip on my my iron, so I'll have to wait for a while now for it to cool. Over here, all this junk I'll have to go through later on. No, you know what? No. I should really put these in a storage box so I don't have to do it later. I'm gonna do it now. New me. Okay. So I have to wait for my stuff to cool anyways. You don't celebrate Canada Day in the UK? You're missing out. It's only the greatest day off in July. If you don't want a day off in July, then you know, you do you. But I want my day off in July. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to estimate that it's only going to take one hole. We have a long weekend in August too. I think it's the same one. Victoria Day. I think it's Victoria Day. M4. There's one. There's two. Oh, you guys are still zoomed in. No, you guys were not zoomed in. Two M4s. Now here's the problem. You get to the bottom, and this probably won't fit 2 bags of M5. So you really want to go up here, but then what do you put here? It's problematic. So this could be M5, so 3, 4, 5. May 24 is Victoria Day. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. May 2-4 weekend, I forgot. That's M5. I guess I can make this M5, but that's kind of, I don't really like that, but it is what it is. The important part is it's going to be organized. I think the August long weekend is civic holiday. I don't know. And then M6. That definitely takes up 2 spaces. Ooh, there we go. Done. So that is one problem solved for now. Also, I'm happy to say PCBWay put in my orders for my PCBs, but they only did it last night. Apparently, so I told my rep, I have 2 reps now. I guess I have a different rep, is what I should say. Like my old rep is now like a manager. So I said Happy Canada Day to her. And she said, oh, and I said, oh, you don't celebrate it. But apparently, July 1st is an important day in China as well. Oh, this is going to end up with me slicing myself open, won't it? Let's do this off camera. Let's not slice ourselves open like a pig. There we go. That's done. So what was I saying? Yeah, so apparently they have a holiday today, but it's not a holiday enough to get the day off. Yeah, no blood. Are you do you faint at the sight of blood, Gerald? Because I'll tell you, I do. I didn't used to. Now I do. As I got older, that's what happened. So I now have a vasovagal reaction. Not a fan. Done a lot of first aid. On camera it is worse. Okay. I need to go get my first aid recertification. I mean, not really. I don't really have to, but the thing is, my boss and I work alone pretty much. So sometimes I work with him, sometimes I'm alone. And a little bit of first aid knowledge is probably an asset. If something were to happen to me, I could probably perform first aid on myself. And otherwise, like, if it's me and him and he gets hurt, could save his life too. Although we almost never work alone. Oh boy, that was close. I don't know if you saw that in the camera, but this flew off the workbench and went this way. just avoided my foot. Blood doesn't bother you on screen. Real life, you feel queasy. Yeah. So I didn't ever used to feel queasy in real life, and then probably since just before COVID, it started affecting me. So yeah, pretty crazy. Let's see what this looks like on camera. You guys won't be able to see this, but oh, that's AF live view. Oh, there's a lens cap because I was responsible. Can I focus on this? That's the question. Yes. Should I drop it down closer to the mat? No, I think this is fine. This is fine, and then I'll get the macro lens. Can you focus on this, please? This out of focus. So really I can only have it kind of far away. Good thing I record in 4K. Jeez. Ugh, smashing into things. Really need a... In real life, it becomes a thing you got to deal with. Are you a paramedic? You don't drive much, which is weird because in Canada our public transport is falling apart. You have to deal with first aid. Just trying to figure out who you are, you know? Oh, let's solder up a holder, 18650 holder, to put this in. Making sure this isn't too hot. I think we're good. Community center. Oh, I see. I always loved the idea of being a paramedic, but I don't think it's for me, especially now with my vasovagal reaction. Although it's probably one of those things you get used to, you get over. I do wish I had sort of a way to, where would I have put my battery holders? Thinking. Kits, no. Power. I kind of need to find a way to direct my creative energy, my teaching energy, that is not YouTube, because like I need to parlay I need to do something with my teaching experience is what I'm getting at. Oh, battery. Freaking idiot. There's a batteries box right there. You numb. Because like I would like to make an income that doesn't require me to work on cars. And YouTube is just, it's really hard on mental health. Like, I don't want to rag on that too much, because pretty much everyone and their wives talk about it. Where's my assorted lengths of wire? Some idiot keeps taking stuff out and not putting it back in its place. What's this? Okay, that should be up on the shelf too. What the hell is going on? Am I losing my mind, folks? Oh, there. It's over here. Oh my God. Ugh. So yeah, essentially, I kind of have to go job hunting, which is, not something I'm excited for. And to make things worse, I don't really have any like hard skills. My teaching skills are in automotive. It's sort of, I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's a place for me in the job market. But anyways, I need to look. I'm also getting pretty fragile because of my time as a mechanic. My back's not not phenomenal. So yeah, it's just, I need to get at it. The problem is right now is I make just enough to not panic between my YouTubing and my mechanics job. I make just enough money to pay my bills. So I'm not like stressed. And I think that not stressing means I don't really have the motivation to go out and, go get something. I'm just going to highlight the positive here. I'll put a positive here because these battery boxes are not polarized. Positive and positive. Yep, that's our trade. Also I think because of the fact that I was a mechanic, my COVID hit me really hard because I guess my lungs were full of trash. So I got long COVID. Well, you guys know. You guys probably listen to the podcast. I got long COVID and it lasted a long time. But like, the thing is, here in Canada, there were benefits for like people out of work. I was never out of work. So people are like, oh yeah, probably got those benefits. Nope. I was deemed a essential worker. So our shop never shut down. And unfortunately, that gave the salespeople a sense of importance, and they would just essentially not do any of the COVID rules. They just did not care. So I think a lot more people at the shop got sick than really should have. It's because people don't care. Yeah, typical. I know, but the thing is, I was essentially, when you work as a mechanic, you kind of have like your bay, like your stall, your work spot. And I was kicking everybody out. I was like, don't come into my freaking stall. This is my area. But the salesman would feel so important. They would walk in and be like, yeah, customer wants to know how long. And it's like, dude, we have phones. Like, leave. So yeah, it was a frustrating time. People are like, why do you care so much? I have elderly parents. Like, honestly, people were like losing their minds during COVID. I was fine. My problem was other people. Like, I think I preferred doing my groceries during COVID than now. People would give you 6 feet of space, but now is like people like are right up on your butt when you're in line, and I'm like, I can smell your breath. I can smell your breath from behind me. So like, leave. If it wasn't for a deadly disease, the other things that came with COVID were pretty good. There we go. Got some wires soldered to it. Melted a little bit of plastic, but that's okay. And then we'll cut this off, and there we go. So now we should be able to plug our device in and then test current, whatever we need to do. I can use my fancy multimeter for this too. Yeah, I think I'll do it, but with pictures. Your brother still took you shopping. The roads and the supermarket were nearly empty. It was great. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't like the deadly disease part, but everything else about COVID, that was good. Which would bring back the thing that happened during COVID that changed the world forever, in my opinion, is we've discovered just how selfish people were, and that has lasting effects today. Like, I feel like since COVID, people went quote unquote mask off. They show their selfishness all the time. Like, I don't know if anybody in here is a regular driver. I used to not drive that much, but now I drive a lot because I'm a mobile mechanic. And honestly, I feel like people are so self-centered when they drive now. It's insane. There's just a little tab to help me take it out of this holder. Essentially, positive like this. So I think you're supposed to go this way. These do fit a bit tight. Oh, maybe actually won't fit in this battery box. Oh, this might be a problem. Nope, that will not fit. Okay, good thing we discovered this now. So yeah, people are just like merging without looking. People just don't care. Like, they're so in a hurry to go everywhere, and it's like, dude, it's a Sunday afternoon. Relax. I think the biggest thing that I like to tell new drivers is that you kind of have to drive like driving is a team sport. Like, we're all, it's not you against that other driver. It's you and that other driver against, crashing, essentially. But like, you do have to understand that some teammates are very shitty. So that's the other thing. Okay, let's find another battery box for that. I do have some printed ones. Like this, for example. Rows are pretty safe there. That's good. I'm glad. Because it's not like they're unsafe here. It's just people are very, very selfish. That one should just about do. Oh, like, why? Why did I do that? Why did I snip that off? Oh, it doesn't fit anyways. Well, scuzzlebutt. I have an idea. It may not be a good idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. Oh. Are these the ones that don't fit? I don't know. Sheer chaos will never catch you driving. It's organized chaos. There's something about jaywalking in England, right? Is jaywalking like legal and expected or something? I don't remember what the deal was, but there's something specific about jaywalking in the UK as opposed to anywhere else. You can cross the road wherever you want. Oh, there we go. I knew there was something like that. Let's see. Do I have... That's a nice one. What's this? Yeah, I'm not going to use this. So I just need to reconnect these slightly spaced out. So that this fits in sort of like that, with a little bit of tension. And what are we going to use? Some glue. I don't know what's going to stick to solder mask though. Oh, I did buy crazy glue, actually. Let me go grab it. Guys, do you understand how much work it takes to do a YouTube video sometimes? This is insanity. Super glue to the rescue. It's almost 10 o'clock and I still haven't filmed my first video. So the other thing is I don't want to get super glue on my work surface, so where is my silicone mat? Where, oh, where could my silicone mat be? Some idiot put it away from me. It's probably me. Where is my... So if I put a piece of paper underneath, the piece of paper will become part of it. So as much as possible, trying to avoid that. Oh, you know what I can do? I can put my failed printing attempts underneath. Supposed to be simple, right? Just download a STL from the internet and then just print it. And nothing is simple. I think, truth be told, I think live streaming my process has shown me as much as you guys how much prep there is, because this is stuff I used to do while listening to podcasts or whatever, and now there's none of that to distract me. And so now I'm realizing why it's taking me so long to make videos sometimes. Oh crap, I forgot there's holes through it. What an idiot. Guys, I used to be good at doing stuff. What happened? The whole reason I put this there was because I knew there were holes on the bottom. I would need to let that dry. Put a drop in there. Got me good. See, this is all shiny now. See that? You see where the glue is? The shine. Yeah, I love these two. They're tiny. Now that I'm playing with super glue, I really, really want my mat. Where would I have put it? Like literally the most useful thing ever is that silicone mat that nothing sticks to, so you can play with super glue. Oh, it's right here. Because I've got other super glue tasks to do. There we go. So I might as well do them now. So when you buy, so I bought a whole bunch. I didn't even mess with it yet. So don't ask where the video is. It's not here yet. Hang on, you need to see what I'm talking about first. So you remember that remote control buggy that I got? I haven't even messed with it yet. Well, anyways, when you buy wheels and tires off eBay or AliExpress, they don't come glued, and you do need to glue them. So since I have a bit of crazy glue, I will do the process. You just put a little dab there, a couple places around the periphery. And then you work it around like this. You do get your fingers full sometimes. But if you don't glue them, they come flying off at speed. So usually capillary action will grab them. You know what I'll do? I'll do the front faces, and I'll let the glue set. And then I'll do the rear faces. It's a bit too much glue. So then I can just set them down on my workbench. Again, this is all stuff I'd have to do for the video. Oh, see, there's glue there. So yeah, capillary action drags the glue all the way around. I believe the problem is gluing these is a little bit of a laborious task. So to make the price cheaper, they let you do it. I am pretty excited to take the buggy for a rip, but I was just trying to test. So one of my GoPro batteries fell into the lake apparently a month ago, last time I was fishing. And so I bought some replacement batteries and I was going to test them. But when I went fishing yesterday, I think, the weather was so shit in the morning that I didn't even want to be there anymore. So when we went back out in the afternoon, I was expecting to catch nothing. And actually did catch some stuff in the afternoon. So I missed out on opportunity for testing the GoPro batteries. Aftermarket GoPro batteries. Well, that's it. One tube done. I like these little tubes because they don't dry out because you don't have so much volume open. Oh, just splashed crazy glue all over me. Okay, how do I wipe this off? Can't really. Just have to let it harden. No choice. That's another thing. You got to be very careful when you use super glue. You should always wear glasses because super glue sets with your natural body oils. So if you get some on your skin, it sets very quickly. But if you get some on your eyeball, it's the same thing. It sets super quickly. I get over to that side and there's already glue there. Set that down there. Here we go. Oh, that was a bit too much. I don't know if you've ever seen the inside of RC car wheels, but here I can pull them off for you. So essentially you're trying to get glue into these grooves, these two grooves here, and then the tire sits in that groove, and inside the tire you've got foams. They don't use air, so you got the foam. So you got to set the foam into the tire. Oh, these are directional. I got to be careful. So that way, that way, that way. This one needs to go that way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%. You can definitely stitch your wounds shut with crazy glue. So here you work the foams around until they're smooth. Okay, and then I need to mount the tire. So this way. So like this, and you got to make sure your tire is well seated. Okay, so it's all flat. And then make sure the foams don't have any bumps in them. You just work it around. And by the time we get back to these, that glue is going to be dry already. Here we go. Is this one glued? Oh, yep, it is. Okay. So then we get back to this one. Oh, see? Ugh, good thing I put it on my silicone mat, huh? This one's glued. It did miss. Nope, it's all glued. Could use a little bit more on the front side, I guess. So we can put this to the side. This should be dry. Yep, it's dry. Okay, now, so these, yep, it's completely dry. Now we do the backs. Kind of got to move quickly because you got to seat the tire. And by the way, we're doing this because we're still waiting. We're still waiting for this to dry. It's stuck to the silicone, but then you just peel it off. It's almost there. See? Flashing off. Oh, no, that's a lot of glue. Those Elegoo kit cars. Like the robots? So I got full of crazy glue on my thumb now. I spilled a bit. Arduino Uno clone motor controller, wireless adapter, batteries on a frame. Oh yeah, I've got one to do here too, actually. From Sunfounder. Oh, it's one of those ones with the Omni wheels. Did I even open this? It's open. Did I make it? Looks like I had it open, but I didn't build it. So that's one to do at some point. Where was I at? Did I only finish these? I think I only finished those. As soon as the glue is dry enough to test on the 18650 mount, then we're going to switch gears and do that. But I figured I'd do this while I'm all getting full of crazy glue anyways. I think Omni wheels are cool as well. Thing is, I've had that kit for so long, I hope the code still exists. It's two done. I guess these things are better for my typical use, which is every once in a while using crazy glue. Right now I'm using a lot of crazy glue in one shot. Plans to upgrade it one day. Yeah, dude. Me too. The one days. At some point I'll get to do stuff. I feel like my life is like floating from task to task. You know, like now I have to sell the Volvo because I'm paying for the insurance. It's like you can't get away. I feel like these didn't glue too well, but that's okay. Deal with it. So these should be, yeah, they're glued on one side. Yeah, always something. I'm gonna post it on Kijiji, basically Canadian Craigslist. But if people piss me off, what I'll end up doing is I'll just donate it to a high school. Because I have to pay a shit ton of taxes every year because of the YouTube channel. A tax receipt is actually quite valuable for me. It's not like the same as cash, but it does make a big difference. Like welcome back, Franco. Like if I get a tax receipt for $2,000, I don't get $2,000. Freaking now, can I make a video with my thumb full of cyanoacrylate? Yeah, I don't get $2,000 back. This is still not dry, but I get a discount on my taxes. So I think it'll make contact. I'll have to check. I don't want to do it now because if this snaps off, then we're restarting the timer. Maybe I can encourage it with some heat. The other thing that I like about donating it to a high school is that I'm very pro-education. Oh, that's not good. I'm melting the plastic now. Maybe we'll not do that. Yeah, I melted the plastic. Whoopsies. Look at that meltage. Last year, I donated my my other Volvo to a high school, and I can proudly say that I've done more for education than our provincial leader did. So I think that should work. Let's see if we're capturing, if we get voltage on the terminals. Yep, no problem. So it doesn't squeeze the battery as tightly as I would want it to. We do get voltage on the terminals. Okay, so while this glue cures, let's go write down our information on what the seller says about these charger ICs. But I'm pretty sure it's a TP4056. Let's see if we can see any lettering on it. Well, you can't. Maybe I can. LP405. Trying to get at the right angle here. LP4054. I need more magnification. I think that's LP4054. Let's spread this. Oh, it's cured. Nice. LP4054. Let me take a look. Oh, my back's a bit hurty this morning. Elegoo has a Canada Day sale. This Bamboo Labs. Oh, hold on a sec. Let me send you to the... Okay, good. We're streaming until about 12 today. Screen. Okay, first things. Bamboo Labs Canada. Oh boy. There's discounts. Wait, I don't want this shit. Ugh. Okay, I might do that. Oh, 3D printers are not eligible for this offer. You bastard. The website crashed? Are you guys still here? Oh, how's it going? Freaking awesome. You'll be here for support unless you don't hear that you're here. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Okay, turns out my browser crashed. Let me reopen it. Okay, interesting. Bye now. Oh, yes. Look at that. P1S. But I want the X1C. Ugh, $1,400. Free gift has now ended. Well, bit too much money. I spent a lot of freaking money. Okay, good. That's good. You know, I'm a pretty easygoing streamer, but just letting you know that uh, most streamers are like busy with entertaining. Just, just saying. Um, I've reached out to Bamboo before, so they're not going to send me anything, but I might just end up buying one. I'm getting a little sick and tired of my printers being shit, but I feel like if I bought a Bamboo now, they're just going to release a new one. And honestly, something like the P1S or the P1P is reasonable. You're a real good supporter. Okay. Are you on my Patreon already? Before I start putting my foot in my mouth? That's expensive. And you have a somewhat okay channel? Did you come here to advertise your channel? Oh yeah, shit, we were busy. We were doing something. AliExpress. I can go look at the actual listing. What? Let's get the actual listing up. My account, my orders. This one. Here, if you guys want the link to what we're doing, I put it in the chat. Like so. You're following over 6K. I don't really. Congrats. All right, so this is what we're looking at. So I got the 5 pieces, obviously. Don't mind the price. This is a welcome deal. I still need to make a AliExpress account so that I stop these welcome deals. I read that quick, Johnny. First of all, welcome back. I read that quickly and I thought you got new potato furniture. Make AliExpress account for streaming. Well, you just look at money? What you doing on your channel? Anyways, welcome in. All right, so looking at this guy, what does it say? So it says 4.2 volts plus minus 1%. We are going to test that, obviously. 0.2 volts plus minus 1%. Trickle charging threshold of 2.8 volts. That's 2.8 minimum volts. Do you know freaking Johnny? 600 milliamp charging current. Constant current, constant voltage charging mode. Yep, that's normal. Monitoring output. Yeah, sure. That's it. They don't say anything else. Really wish there was a protection on it, a DW01. So this looks like this is from the chip. Doesn't say what chip it is though. So it looks like it is a 5 milliamp trickle. So let's check for a LP4054. LP4054 IC. Look at that. There is a data sheet. So they say a 1% accuracy as well. They say 2.9 volt trickle charge threshold. Interesting. And I see to charge high and low. So they have a programming pin that you can pull to ground in order to kick off a higher current. Interesting. Full featured single. They have a shutdown pin. I know. All right, freaking you. I'm just an electronic streamer here. I'm not. We could all be one and fix this planet. Okay. I mean, that's a good ideal. I'd love to fix the planet. You love circuits. Good. Cool. Seems like a nice little chip. I mean, we're going to give it a shot. I'll probably see if I can use my one of my electronic loads. $32.5. Let's see what it is here right now. It is 24. Feels like 26 right now. It's going to be 28. Feels like in the 30s. It was hot not too long ago. All right, let's see what we can do here. This is probably dry, can probably put away my RC wheels. They should be all cured. Yep. Pretty much all cured. Probably this week I'll go out with the though you were online when you were young. Okay. I'm not sure what you're talking about, my friend. You might be operating at a higher level than I am. All right, let's move these to the side. So yeah, today is Canada Day, so I'm definitely not going out and about. Happy Canada Day, everyone, by the way. Because there's too many people out and about right now. And I don't like interacting with the public. How about that? But later this week, it'll be a perfect time to take out the new RC buggy for RIP. See, this tire didn't sit very well. That was my fault. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. I'll probably make one more coffee too before we get going. That's one thing you Europeans are going to have to figure out soon is centralized air conditioning. The planet has warmed up so damn much that AC is starting to become a requirement instead of a nice to have. You know what I mean? Thank you, Franco. Reduce the same current. I have no idea what you're talking about, freaking. I have no idea what's going on. All right. Okay. So, oh god damn it! These stuff didn't put these away. Where is my "Be right back for coffee" sign? It's probably buried in here. So I will. I'll be right back. And then we can give this a test. I think mini splits are more efficient than central AC. Well, a mini split is just a reversible AC system. So it's a heat pump. So you can have centralized heat pumping as well. The important part is to have some sort of heat pump system to cool, because I know it didn't used to be a thing, but now it's a thing because it's freaking hot. Anyways, be right back. Gotta make my coffee. 3 minutes. All right, I am back. You're not difficult, more. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Thank you for being here, though. Oh, there we go. Zoomed out. All right. So, as an intro, first of all, is the SD card in the camera? Yep. Let's get my microphones out, which is over here. I charged it the other day. You haven't caught a stream in a long time. How did the V0.2 turn out? The V0.2 is an awesome machine, but there's always a but. It needs to be tuned for retraction settings, pressure advance, dimensional accuracy. I haven't done any of the tuning, but it prints phenomenally. It almost never gives me trouble, which is great. I mean, sometimes it does, but that's kind of normal. So it's good. It's great. I would highly recommend a Voron 0.2. In fact, I would love a Voron 2.4, but I believe, I don't know, I believe they might be on the way out. Use it to build a, oh man, I want a 350 millimeter 2.4. How would you say your 2.4 is, like, reliability wise? Can you just like start a print, let it go and it goes, or what? I'm kind of I'm getting, I don't know, I had a rant a little bit earlier on that I am absolutely sick of my 3D printers. The Elegoo Neptune 4 Max, it just does this. Like, it can't get it right. Like, look at this. The whole point of a big printer is to print big things, but it can't print it. Look, like, screwed up all these things. This is PLA. And then, like, an easier print, like this. Like, look at this shit. What printer does this? So it printed this successfully, but it's like, look at all the zits and stuff. No, got early bomb version, need to upgrade. Bed mesh probe, damn. So yeah, look at this. I just want a goddamn printer that just prints. First, I don't even know if this is lined up well. We'll push print and go. Yeah, my 0.2 is like that too. Just, I know I'm getting distracted, but while I think about it, I just want to make sure this will actually work. Yeah, looks like the holes line up. So dimensionally, the Neptune is good, but like barely holds together. The other thing is it's not enclosed, and like, how are you supposed to enclose a giant printer like that? And the thing is, since my car broke down, upside down, tried to make. What are you doing? I ordered LDO Stealth Changer kit, so I'll add tap. I think I like tap Although the scanning probe apparently is good. I don't know, man. I would have to really sit down and invest some hours, because like I have printers here that would probably work fine, but I would have to spend hours tuning them. And the problem with some printers is that you can tune them for hours and then they forget their tune, or the bed has too many cycles on it so it warps or whatever. Pain in the butt. Anyways, I digress. We are mic'd up anyways. So let's see. There. Let me just record an intro. I believe I have found the world's... Oh my god, this stupid focus doesn't work. Here, I'm going to start with it on screen. I believe I have found the world's smallest lithium battery charger. It looks like a USB-C port, but really it has the entire circuitry needed to charge your lithium cells right on board. Let's take a closer look at this. Let's see if I can get more footage. Hard to see if I'm in focus. I don't think it's focusing very well. Oh, I'm too close. Let's see if I can get some footage like this. And then flip it over. And then like this. And then flip it over. All right. They need to be King Set printers are so fun to mess with. Damascus, I have to say, the Voron 0.8, 0.2. What am I talking about? The 0.2 build was some of the greatest fun I've had. It's like literally adult Lego, right? And you get a machine in the end. This makes me nervous holding this like this. I really need to get a cap on the back of this, but I actually don't know where I put my caps, and now I don't know where I put the cap for the front of it either. This lens is like my lifeline. Paid so much for this damn thing. This lens, not so much there, but the camera it's attached to. I swear I had a freaking lens cap like today. Oh, here. Okay, so I have one lens cap. Where's the back side now? Maybe I'll just pop it in a camera. Hang on a sec. Where's my thumbnail camera? There's my thumbnail camera. Still have a poster printer from the 70s. Electron microscope to see that. I would love to play with an electron microscope. Scotty from Strange Parts got sent an electron microscope, and that was when he was living up in the mountains, and he couldn't use it because the ooh, can a full frame lens fit on here? I hope so. He couldn't use it because the insulation broke down. There we go. That looks silly. Giant lens on a tiny camera. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Oh yes, such good focus. I'm gonna prop it up because so this lens that you just saw me put on, it is an extremely fancy lens from a time where I used to work full time, used to have money. Oh yes, it can still zoom in more. Okay, I'm gonna go, I I need a backing. I think somewhere here I have a backing. Yes, this little tiny guy. So the lens you just saw me put on, I can zoom in very closely indeed. Maybe we could put another box and prop this up even more. I don't have a Fresnel lens. It's not a Fresnel lens. Oh yes, I can still zoom. So in 4K resolution, this device is now taking up like probably, I don't know, a fifth of the screen. I need a pointing apparatus. Oh yeah, that is tiny. I'm gonna have to put like a scale so people can see how small that is. What do I have that is scaled? I have a PCB ruler somewhere. Sorry, you guys are not gonna have a good sight line. How close can I get? Oh, that's the limit? Oh, that's kind of the limit. Okay, good to know. This one is a Nikon 105 millimeter f2.8, I think. I think that makes sense. Yeah, it's the macro lens, 105 millimeter macro. Yeah, there's a scale, but like these are half-inch squares, so like it means almost nothing. Anyways, let me start the recording and then I'll talk about it. So this thing is based on a, oh wait, I forgot the name. Where are we? There, LP4054. So this is based on a LP4054 chip, which is a chip made specifically for, you know, small wearables and what have you. It's like a TP4056, but it's a little bit more feature packed. And you can see here it has a couple support components. It's got two LEDs, one that shows you that it's charging, one that shows you that it's done charging, or essentially the CC and the CV modes. And then you've got these tiny little pads, one positive and one negative for your lithium cell. Now, the only problem I see with this is it doesn't include protection. There would typically be something like a DW01 IC on board, but this one does not have it. So it's best to use this with protected cells, although it does say that below 2.8 volts, it will attempt to trickle charge a dead cell. So that could be a good thing or that could be a bad thing. So let's put this together into a little circuit and see what we get. There we go. What's going on? You have a micro Nikkor 60F 1.2. Oh, is that a, does it double as an astronomy lens? Because 1.2 is massive. You take an old $1 flashlight and make it brighter than Imalent? I don't know what imalent means. You don't have to shut up. You are hard to follow. Like, I'm not sure. I feel like I feel like you're typing before thinking, or we're just not on the same level, you know? Maybe you're some sort of genius. I don't know. Who am I to judge? I'm no genius. I love this. So all my thumbnails are done on this lens, by the way. So if you ever liked a super close-up thumbnail of mine, it was all taken by this lens. This lens is retails for around $1,200, something like that, Canadian. I bought it for $500 used years and years ago, probably like 10 years at this point, just because I was into photography. But man, is it ever a beast. I'm so glad I bought it. I'm going to record me soldering to it just in case some hilarity ensues, because it's not going to be easy to solder to. And I know you guys can't see very much, but it is what it is. That's weird. The fan just went on for one of my power supplies. I mean, at some point, I would love for the stream to become profitable so that I can invest in things like video capture. Not everyone's a savant, my friend. My opinion is that's a little bit of a naive view of the world, to think that everyone is a savant. I think everyone can do things that they set their mind to, but like savantism is a completely different world. That is not, you don't just like learn to be a savant. You can, if you want to become the smartest, most respected astrophysicist in the world, you can do that. But you can't just become a savant. It's not how any of that works. Jesus, this is difficult soldering. Hope you're not one of those weirdos that believe that we can only access small percentages of our brain, huh? Because that is a study that was done that was highly misinterpreted. They meant functions, executive functions, only use up a small percentage of our brain because the rest of it is being used for other functions. It was really misinterpreted. Similar to the, I don't know if you remember the Alpha Wolf study. It was a study that only applied to wolves and only applied to captivity, and people ran with it. And in fact, it didn't just only apply to captivity. It was only one specific group of wolves in a zoo, in a very specific zoo. This ain't easy. Capturing wonderful 4K footage of me failing to solder on these wires. There we go, that's one. Yeah, we use most of our brains, most of us. Not all of us, obviously. There's some pretty cool stuff that the brain can do with reorganization. I took psychology in university. Sadly, I got a job at the college while I was in university, and so it was too much to do college and mechanics all at the same time, trying to pay my mortgage. So I quit university without a degree, without finishing my degree. And now the college has shut down. So I will never receive my degree because now it's too late. And I think if I were to go back to school, I would go for something like programming. But the problem with programming is that it would only be to further my YouTubing, because I think ChatGPT and stuff, AI in general, has gotten employers scared of paying people to code. So the salaries here are absolute trash for a coder right now. And I don't think it'll recover for another bunch of years. You know what might help me? My magnifying glasses, like I have specifically a magnifying visor. For some reason, I decided not to use it. There we go, all soldered up. Where are you from, Freaking? There we go, soldered. Yes, AI is useless if you don't know what you're doing. I agree with you. However, how many employers, how many people who hire coders know what they're doing? How many people in charge of hiring coders, how many C-suite executives know how to code and can therefore tell the difference between garbage slop that will get the product out on time and actual maintainable long-term code? That's the problem. Exactly, Gerald. That's exactly what I mean. Okay, this is now too zoomed in. I think degree is overrated. Yeah, so that is now a problem with current day, Franco. I hear that from the older generation a lot, that degrees are overrated, didn't need a degree, blah, blah, blah. Employers require degrees now. And the reason they require degrees is because, well, for the most part, there are some exceptions, but the reason they require degrees is that it is much quicker to hire than without degrees. So that means that the person who is hiring you doesn't have to be competent in order to hire you anymore. Used to be that you turned up at the job, talked to the foreman or the supervisor, whoever, and then they would give you a trial, and then you would do it, and then you would get the job or not. Right? But now it's just some pencil pusher with a clipboard who decides whether or not you should be hired. And for them, they just use the degree as a shortcut. Oh, you graduated? Well, you're qualified. You're more qualified than I am. So, they don't say it like that, obviously. Yeah, in the 80s, I mean, that is a big problem. Like, sadly, we are no longer, like, the world is different, right? And I'm just going to make sure the polarity is correct. Yes. The world is different, so unfortunately we have to we have to act differently. We have to understand that it is different. Okay, grab my multi-meter. My wife, for example, is a junior coder right now. Well, I say junior. She works at a company of 2. And I think, like, the work she's doing right now there's nothing junior about it. She's doing front end, she's doing back end, she's doing pretty much everything. But because she only has a college certificate, she wouldn't be able to get hired at the high-paying jobs. You're in Texas, been around the world, self-education to get along with any created entity. That's good. So then you're an autodidact. All my electronics is pretty much self-educated. Not entirely, mind you, because I'm a mechanic, so I had to go through basic electronics in school, but honestly it was pretty shit. All right, so let's set this up. We're going to see the open circuit voltage. Let me grab my USB cable. All right. It was quite a challenge to solder these tiny little pads, but I did get it done. I'm going to use these protected cells, and the reason why I'm going to use these protected cells is because this charger does not have any protection built in at the moment. So I had to break my little holder here because the protection PCB was a little bit bigger, so it didn't fit in. So let's start with a couple of the claims. I'm just going to plug this into USB. We're going to see what happens. Okay, so a little green light comes on, but we also have a dim red light. So maybe the red light doesn't turn off at all. Let's check the open circuit voltage. Now, so this should be in constant voltage mode. It should be 4.2 volts plus minus 1%. So let's take a look here. There's no current flowing, so I'm not worried about that. So 4.219, 4.220. So that's not too bad. Let's check percentage-wise. Okay, let me just do the calculator. Divided by 4.2 times 100. Okay, so that's half a percentage point out. Just about. Let me, so it's half a percentage point out. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? There's no pen in my headphones. So it's 0.48%. 48% out. And just checking with the Unity, I will take a photo of this and include it. Is it in volts mode? Yep. Volts DC. .222. Let me stuff these probes in. Take a photo so I can include it in the video. .2225. So yeah, so 0.53% over. So that's about 0.5% over, which is within spec. It says 1%. And I checked with the Unity UT8805E to get more digits, and I got just about 0.5% over as well. So that seems pretty good. So let's see what happens now to the lights on this when we go from constant voltage to constant current. by putting in a cell. There we go. So now the charging indicator is on. So that's good. We are charging. And to check the current, we're just going to have to cut this wire and wire it up in series with the multimeter. There we go. So the voltage with the load of the battery is going to depend on the charge state of the battery. So it's kind of a useless test in my mind. The plus niche we are supposed to have for our channels. Still haven't figured out which direction to be in, whether it be coins, tools, inventions, conspiracies. Conspiracies will probably make you the most money because the right-wing grift you can enter. Because conspiracy fans, they spend a lot of money on crap. So I think it's a pretty good demographic to target, although the ethics of that are a little questionable. But if you're into conspiracies, I mean, ethics be damned, I suppose. Thank you. It's not really my circuit, but yeah, I mean, but that's kind of par for the course, right? The Nutters is kind of, that's the gist of it. Check out the Y files. Seem to keep it on the right track. I'm not sure what that is. I mean, the problem with conspiracy theories, well, one of the multiple problems. You know what? I don't feel like looking for a connector. I'll just use this one. One of the multiple problems with conspiracy theories is that they start with an ounce of truth and then they just disband with all reality after that. You're like, oh, that's a good point. And then nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. Okay, so current, milliamps. Oh no. Humble, what do I have? All right. I mean, the thing is, free, yeah, okay. Free energy is not a thing. In fact, free energy is already a thing. The sun gives us 1,000 watts per meter squared of insolation. So if you want free energy, just cover useless things like parking lots with solar panels. Let's just unplug this before I do more damage. Still a cost to the sun? No, it's not a cost to the sun. The sun delivers energy whether or not we want it. like it's not ending anytime soon, but it will end eventually. Like the thermonuclear fusion that happens inside the sun is a finite resource, but not for like a species' lifetime. It's not really how that works. Let's just confirm that this works before we have about 5 billion years yet, plus or minus. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm very, very sorry to tell you, but there is no free energy. I hate to be the one to burst your bubble, but the best we can expect is free to me energy. Okay, there we go. So only get a couple of milliamps. I wonder what the voltage is of this. And you know what? If you believe there is free energy, get her done. You will win all sorts of awards. You will be the savior of the world. Yes, we're at 3.9 volts. So that doesn't make any sense. We are hardly flowing any current. Let's try this one. This one flows even less. Okay, let's attempt to discharge one of these cells a little bit, because at the moment it doesn't make sense. You know what, man? All the power to you. If you can figure out free energy, I honestly hope that you can. I'm not going to hold my breath. Thousands of people have claimed they could. All of the people who work in these domains, they've all said it is not possible. It violates the fundamental laws of physics. Free to me is as close as we're going to get. But for some reason, investing in increasing the output of solar panels is not enough for some people. So it just is what it is. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that trying is useless, but have you been to some sort of higher learning institution? And if you have, what is your first step for studying a concept? Do you remember? Do you know? Step one before embarking on research, on attempting something new. What is step one? And if you don't know it, that's fine. I'll tell you what step one is, because I've been to university. You can even ask ChatGPT if you'd like. Step one has and always will be literature review. So essentially, if you if you set out to do experiments to figure something out, and all you're doing has already been done, you're wasting your time, right? The experiments have already been done. Now, in your literature review, you may find that the methodology may have been wrong. That happens, right? That does happen where studies have been done and their methodology sucked. Go ahead, list the complications, because the point is they output way more than they cost to build. But anyways, you may find in your literature review that someone else has done it, but poorly. They screwed something up. Now you can try that same experiment again. But if you have no problem with their methodology and you trust their results, then you don't want to do that exact same experiment, right? You want to do another one. No, of course a smile is not free, because you have to use your muscles, which burn carbohydrates, right? And create CO2. So I forgot how much resistance is in here. I could check it. I do have a multimeter. But I'm just seeing right now if we can discharge this a little bit to possibly get more current. Still only 2.5 milliamps. And it's negative. So that means, yeah, it's negative. That makes sense. So I feel like I may be burdening this too much. Let's switch to, there we go. Okay, so the problem is we have a burden resistor. That is a problem. So I wonder if I'd be way better off using my Unity for this. Because this might be problematic. Let's put it in milliamp mode. 200 milliamp fused. Where's the amps is 10 amp. I'm just gonna put in the amps range, and then we'll go DC current, and then you have to switch it, which I think is stupid. Okay, let's see what we get. I'm getting, oh, wrong terminal. 10 amp terminal. So I'm getting 271 milliamps DC. That's just not a lot. So I think we are running into issues with the burden resistance. Oh. Yeah, it's over 200 milliamps. Okay, you guys can't see what I'm doing. That's okay. Volts. Okay, so the problem is the resistor in here is affecting this. Okay. I'm gonna do it in the video anyways. I'm gonna explain burden resistance. Because what's happening is you're putting the resistor in series and it's affecting it way too much. Shut this down. So the current, when I put it into the, let me just re-explain this. When I put it in the 10 amp terminal, the current is low. And then when I put it into the 200 milliamp terminal, the current shoots up because the resistance on the 200 milliamp terminal is much smaller than the 10 amp resistance. And so that is affecting our charge current. So we're going to have to do a current clamp in order to get it to work. So I'll go get my current clamp. Actually, I'll get my current clamp now. Might as well. It's well worn. I use it all the time at work. Oh wait, I have a current clamp here. I have a clean current clamp here. It should be underneath. Yep, there it is. Get out of there. Trying to do this without causing an avalanche of stuff. Ugh. All right. Yeah. AC, DC. So this will work. I mean, it's not super precise. If I zero it, should be able to get a reading. Okay, so let's do the piece to camera. Don't start with uncertainty principles. We're not talking about hitting a photon or an electron with a photon and bouncing it away. We're literally talking about burden voltage. It's a known thing. Go check out Dave Jones, has a fantastic video on burden voltage. Okay, so all right, so let's see what we get here. I've got my cell in here. I'm going to put the negative terminal of my multimeter in there, and then the positive in there. And we are getting 735 milliamps. No, 0.738 milliamps. So we're not getting much at all. I think I'm on the wrong setting. I am. So 327 microamps. Not getting very much. And then if I swap to my 10 amp terminal here, now we got 3 milliamps here. Microamps shouldn't read. And we've got 286 milliamps here. So what is happening here? Well, the burden resistance from this multimeter being in series, I believe, is affecting our reading. Hard to say because I'm just testing this charger for the first time, and this cell does have built-in protection. The protection could be limiting. So the only way to really find out is to use a current clamp and see if we get something different. So if I remove this and remove this, let's say I'll do it on this side, like that, and I stuff my wire back into here. Like so. Oh, not getting a good connection. You know it's a good connection when it comes out of constant voltage mode. Like that. We take our current clamp, switch it to DC, and then, oops, switch it to DC, and then 0 the offset, and let's see what we get. So we're getting 315 milliamps. So it's actually very similar to what was going on with the multimeter, except that this time, yeah, let me take again. That wasn't great. Because I'm getting the same amount. Why is it only charging like that? You know how women are easy to figure out freaking? They're just like men, except they're not. Just treat them like a human. All you need to do. So the question is, why is this only charging at 300 milliamps? Speak for yourself, Franco. I understand women. They are literally just people. That's it. They're just people. They have their own feelings. It's nothing complicated. They're just people. Let's put a load on it. See what happens. The load is dropping the current. You see that? What is going on here? How does this make any sense whatsoever? I'm loading it down, and the current is dropping. I mean, this is like such a common thread, right? To say women be crazy or whatever. But I've met more unstable men in my life than women. I would say most of the time when a woman came off as unhinged, it actually turned out it was because she was having very reasonable demands that any human would want. I'm just saying. It's probably not a good topic for stream. I think people in general can be unhinged. I don't think their gender has anything to do with it. Just saying. So now why? Here's my unhinged moment. Why is this giving me a weird result? Why are we dropping current when I apply a load, oh, well, the cell is full. And then when I put a load, oh, it's because the cell is crap. That's why. So my cell is junk. It's pulling it down to like a volt. Well, no, less than a volt. So are you saying I did all this shit for nothing? Because I should have just used a regular... These cells are garbage. Absolute trash. So what happens if I remove the cell? So get the 4.2 whatever. Happens now if I try to pull down the TP. It does the same thing as if the cell wasn't there, because the cell is absolute garbage. Oh my God. These are the type of things that makes me think, like, why the hell am I doing this? Okay, let's reset. We may not get this done before I go for lunch. But essentially, I'm just going to get another one of these. God damn. Did I tell you YouTube can be crushing sometimes? Just trying to make a decent video. Everything goes to crap. You do know it's a lithium charger, right? As far as I know, lemons have no lithium in them. And plus, I work on enough Fords at my day job to know what a lemon looks like. All that shit for nothing. Can you believe it? Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, if you're Dave Jones, you just have this repertoire of knowledge in your head. You could just pull from your experience, from your training, from your education. When you're just sort of learning it on your own, and then making YouTube videos, it's discouraging. What's more discouraging, maybe not more, let's say the same level of discouraging, is when you're doing this to help pay your mortgage, because the dipshit in charge in your province decided that education is for losers. So I'm using a gold medal pen to make myself feel better. Oh, it's coming out. See the gold? Looks pretty good, this stuff, huh? Ooh, smells like solvents. Liquid chrome marker. All right. This is like the shittiest soldering tip I own. That's a really shitty solder joint. Saw that coming. You don't have all sorts of like helping hands and stuff in here. I just don't feel like dealing with it right now. It's my mood right now. There we go. By the way, the wife and I, my wife right now, I don't know how much of this is top secret, but I will say it anyways. She can sue me. Oh yeah, my voice does sound better. I don't know what happened. I didn't end up going to the clinic because I just did not want to deal with it, which was probably a mistake. But anyways, yeah, so it was a bit sketchy first thing this morning. But look, I'm back to speaking normal now. So yeah, about top secretness. My wife is on her Patreon. I believe she'll edit it, but anyways, on her Patreon, she's reacting to Sherlock, the BBC series with Benedict Cumberbatch. Please don't put any spoilers in the chat. I have seen it before, a long time ago, but she hasn't, and so she's reacting to it on her channel. But that means that when she's done reacting to one, we watch it together. Well, when we have date nights or whatever. Such a good series. So if you guys haven't seen the Sherlock BBC series with Benedict Cumberbatch and I was gonna say Martin Starr, but I think his name is Martin Freeman. Great series. I'm not using silver solder. No. Oh God, no. Lead solder. Lead is the way to go. So 60/40 rosin core lead solder. This is the jam. I think I would go for something with a little bit more flex in it. But lead solder, that's the pro tip to getting good solder joints. You can do unleaded for sure. It takes a lot more patience and skill, and honestly, it gets brittle. It's a good series. You don't. Yeah, I mean, some people don't care for them, but I don't mind actors. It's just really. Sometimes there's some weirdos, but that Sherlock series is really good. So I would recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. I basically can't wait for Vero to watch more episodes so I can watch more episodes. All right, let's get some cells. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. So just any random cells will be fine. Hopefully they're a little bit discharged. 4.1. Are you serious right now? Oh, that's a lot of current. Oh boy, they're starting to get hot. I heated up the cell quite a bit. Probably didn't do a lot of discharging though. Oh, a little bit. I don't know if it was a good idea to heat the cell that much. How do I don't want to slowly discharge it. Whatever. Let's just do the damn video. Yeah. Let's install a little handle on it. This isn't my main channel, by the way. Freaking. This is just my live stream channel. Usually Franco posts it. Eventually he'll post it probably. There we go. All right, good luck. I don't think you'll achieve it, but good luck. All right, here goes. All right, it was a real pain in the butt to get this soldered onto some wires, but here it is. It is soldered up now. I'll be using a regular 5-volt power supply to power this thing. Now, originally I wanted to use these cells with the protection circuit in it, and I actually had to build a custom sort of holder for them because the cells are too long. But it turns out these cells are absolute garbage. So we will be using unprotected cells for testing. When you use these boards in your projects, you do need a protected cell. All right, first things first, let's check the voltage. Open circuit, which will tell us, it's supposed to be within 1%, plus minus 1%. So it'll tell us what it's going to charge our cells to. Almost 4.22 volts. That is just about half a percentage point out. So that is within spec. That's good. And then when we stick our cell inside, it should change from this green constant voltage light, if you guys can see that, to a red charging light or constant current light. And let me just make sure that's in the right polarity. Stuff that in there. Seems we're still in constant voltage. Could be my connections might be a little bad in here. Let me see. Are you freaking kidding me? Why is this not working? Okay, why is this not working now? It's obviously charging, right? .222, and this is 4.0. I have no idea why this isn't working. Is current flowing? Let's diagnose this. No. 12 milliamps is flowing. Six milliamps. I had to reboot it. Are you freaking kidding me? Ugh. You know what? It's lunchtime. If I feel like it, I'll record this later. A whole stream today. An entire stream for one video that didn't happen. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure about the polarity because it worked before. So that is it for today. It is Canada Day. If I'm not working tomorrow, which I'm not sure yet, I'm going to stream tomorrow morning and we're going to get some videos done. So I want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate you being here. You can still hear my voice cracks from time to time, but it's really not bad. Oh, also, I need to record a podcast. So I'm going to do that at some point today. It was very nice to hang out, in fact. So subscribe to my main channel. Join my Patreon if you like this chaotic energy. And yeah, I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Happy Canada Day. I might see you guys tomorrow morning. If I don't work, I'll for sure stream.